Hi everybody, Cynthia here. Welcome back to Tag Time Tuesday. I think we are on number 3 in the series. And today I'm making Valentine tags. Valentine's Day is coming up Friday. And I needed a few gift tags. 2 of them for some of my hubby's gifts. Because we're not only celebrating Valentine's Day, but it's my 16th year wedding anniversary. Woohoo! So I'm super excited, but anyway, this is the tag, one of the tags that I've made, and I thought I could recreate it for you guys in case you were interested. Okay, so what you're going to start off with is a piece of cardstock that measures 3 by 5, and then what I did is just took some scraps and I made myself a heart shape. And as you can see, I folded it in half and just drew it out that way. It's so much easier that way. It's balanced on both sides. But it measures approximately 3 inches across by 1 3/4 inches from tip to the center here. And that way, I'm going to use it on the top of my tag to just trace out the top of the heart. And that way I get it fairly even. Okay. So I'm going to do that now. And if you trace it, just trace real lightly so that you can erase your lines. And I'm just going to the edge there, basically using the top of the heart. Okay, just like that. Hopefully you guys can see my lines. And keep that aside because you're going to be using that again. And then what I did was I just trimmed out and followed my lines. I think this is probably the last Valentine project I'm going to do for the year. Okay, so you have your heart shape up here, and then what you're gonna do, and I usually flipped it around this side. I've already embossed it on the front, so where the bumps are on the front. This piece measures 3 by 4, and what I'm gonna do here is basically just trace the bottom. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to trim that out. And that way, when you put your piece of cardstock on here, you have a heart shape between this piece of paper and the top of your tag. Okay, now the bottom here, I'm going to use my Martha Stewart punch. It's a scallop punch. This one's one of my favorites. This is the one I mostly use all the time, so if something happens to this, I'm going to cry. I love it. Okay, so just ran some scallops along the bottom, and before I line this up, what I'm going to do is, well, you know what? I think I'll just line it up now. I'm going to add some adhesive on the back. I like using adhesive for this part because of the corners and the embossing. Okay. A little bit of glue, and whoop, I'm going to try and line this up. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to flip it around, and if I see any white coming through here, I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, now I want to punch a hole in the center here. So I'm going to the 1/8 circle. Okay, I made my hole in the center, and I'm also using an eyelet for this because this cardstock's not real heavy, and I want to make sure that it's sturdy enough when I put my lace through, and that way it won't tear my tag. So I have my eyelet set. I'm going to take my white jelly roll pen and just draw some faux stitching on the top like I did here. And the washi tape that I'm using it came in a set. I don't remember the name of it, but it was made by, it's Tim Holtz. I think it came in like a 4-pack. Okay, so I drew my faux stitching there. I'm going to take a piece of my lace for the top part of the tag here. And if you want to know how long it is, it measures approximately almost 8 inches long, but I know I'm going to end up cutting some, so if you don't want to waste yours, just make yours a little bit smaller. And tie my knot. And let's see, I think I'll go this way on both sides. Like that look. Okay, so we have the top done already. Now we're going to need our metal flower here. I'm actually going to add some extra glue to this, hot glue. Just so I know it's really on here good. Hold that down. Okay, now we have our metal flower. And I think the sticker I'm going to use this time, it came from this big pack here, Me and My Big Ideas. That's the sticker I used where it says I love you. I think I'm going to use this one that says romance. I hope I'm going to use the one that's there we go. And I'm just going to use my tweezers to line it up. Okay, and put that right there on the bottom. Now, because I have embossing, I just usually go in with my embossing tool where it's not embossed, and I rub the sticker down just to make sure it adheres well and won't peel back up. Just make sure you don't run over the parts that are already embossed or you'll flatten them. Okay, so that's on there pretty good. I'm going to use some pearl trim. It already has adhesive on the back. I'm going to run that along the bottom of the tag. Right here, Sherlock. Okay, and then underneath that, I'm going to use my washi tape. And I'm just going to run a line across under the pearl. And I'll trim that off so it has a nice edge to it instead of tearing it. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing along the bottom of the heart here. I'll start at the bottom of the heart and just follow the white edge of the paper all the way up and do the same thing to the side. I love this washi tape because it's so, it's, you know, skinnier. It's not real thick, and it's so nice for, you know, your smaller projects. You don't want a big wide piece of washi tape. Oh, try and get it under that metal piece there. Okay. And just trim the top. And there we go, guys. There's a Valentine's tag. We're almost done. All we have to do is add this lace here, which I added to the back. And I'm going to do that with my hot glue gun. This really pretty piece here. I purchased this at Joann's, I think, quite a while ago. So I'm just going to add a little tiny bit to the top part here. And kind of eyeball how far I want it to come down. Glue that on. Run some more hot glue here. Okay. And trim that off. I'm going to have to sharpen my scissors. And that's trimmed. There we go. Tags all made. Now I got my 2 Valentine tags for my gifts. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Have fun creating yours if you give it a try. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Take care.